A lot of us set goals in life and business, and many times I've also set, very big, hairy, audacious goals on how much I want to make and how much of money I want to make and how I want to impact the world and all kinds of stuff like this. But many times I've seen that the goals that I set, even you might have experienced this in yourself, that the goals that you set, it may not be in sync with what you can actually take. Okay, so I've actually been studying a lot of people, a lot of millionaires who have a process or a formula in how they set their money goals or their number goals to achieve things. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now in this video is I'm just going to share with you that particular formula that I've learned from this guy. His name is Rich Schefren. You might have not heard of him, but he has been the strategist for many of the top millionaires. I can just name a few names like Jay Abraham, Frank Kern, and John Carlton. Many of these top guys who have been in the internet marketing space, Rich Schefren has been a strategist for them. Okay, he's been like the wind beneath the wings of many of their most successful launches on the internet, and he's actually helped them with a very strategic approach to setting goals and achieving them in the internet space. Now you can apply this even in not just the internet-based businesses, even in your personal life. So there is a formula on how you can actually derive your magic number based on what you can take at a subconscious level and based on your life situation and your needs. So it's not just like saying, okay, I want to make $1 million, but there's much more to it, and you can actually come down to a magic number by which you'll be able to derive that number, which will motivate you to actually go forward. Because sometimes we also get scared at a particular number and we don't even go forward at it. So just watch right now. Let's dive straight in, and I'm going to be mapping out this formula for you in the next few minutes. Okay, bye. Okay, let's analyze why we miss our income goals, mostly. Okay, because of these reasons. One is there's a subconscious number mismatch. So we may want to earn $1 million, but at a subconscious level, it doesn't connect. Number two is we don't prioritize our time properly when we're working on a daily basis. Number three is we are not having a proper game plan to go about achieving that goal. And number four is not having an accountability partner to push you to do stuff. Okay, so when I analyze myself, these are the four reasons why every time I set a goal, I'm not able to reach it. Okay, so I was actually doing a study yesterday, and the source of this money formula, which I'm going to be sharing with you, is this. First, it was originally conceptualized and shared by John Reese, one of the top internet marketers back in the day, who was one of the first people to earn $1 million in a single day. Now, he shared this to a guy named Rich Schefren, which I shared earlier on. He's been one of the top internet strategists and instrumental in, in many successful $1 million campaigns online. So, Rich Schefren came up with this book called The Internet Business Manifesto, which has been downloaded over 1 million times on the internet since when he launched it. But it's in this book that he mentions this formula that, many times when we set a goal, when it comes to an income goal on the internet or even otherwise, it may not be realistic. And once you run through this formula, you'll actually come to a more realistic number which you can go towards. Okay. Now, I don't know the logic behind this, but since these guys have tested this on many of their students, I know it works, and I'm testing this on myself right now. And I learned this last night, and that's the reason why I'm sharing this with you. Okay, so this is the book, The Internet Business Manifesto, which talks about all the different aspects of internet marketing businesses and how to really scale it up. Okay, now the formula is this. You need to come to a magic number, and there are two magic numbers here. The first magic number is going to be, basically what's a realistic number, and the second magic number is going to be your first step. Okay, so what you should do is first think about how much do you want to make in a whole year. Okay, the second step is to think about how much have you actually made in the last 3 months and subtract that. Okay, how much you made in the last 3 months and multiply that by 4. Okay. Once you have that number, you subtract your main goal and your current reality. Okay, your current reality is what you made in the last 3 months into 4. Now, that will give you your first magic number. Next step, what you do is you take that first magic number and multiply it by 10%, and you'll come to one number. And then you add that to your current reality, which is your last 3 months into 4. Okay, and then it'll come to your second magic number. Now, this second magic number is the actual first step that you need to take, or the first goal that you need to keep in mind. Okay. Now here's a typical example which he's given. Let's say you want to make $1 million on the internet. Okay. And let's say you have made $40,000 in the last 3 months. If you multiply that 4, it comes to $160,000. Now, if you subtract that 1 million divided by 160, you reach $840,000. That's your first magic number. Into 10% is 84,000. Plus 160, you see there, you come to a second magic number, which is $244,000. Now, $244,000 is your first step, okay, which you should be geared towards moving in your first year. Okay. Now the thing is, if you set a $1 million goal, sometimes you may not resonate with it. And by doing this formula, I don't know the logic behind this, but I know that it's been working for many of their students. Instead of keeping a $1 million income goal, if you keep the 244,000 as your first milestone goal, then it's going to be easier for you to hit that $1 million. Okay, you get my point? And then you can actually reverse engineer this whole process into chunking it down into what can you sell for $244,000, whether it's a low ticket or a high ticket product and stuff like that. Okay, now this is the first part of Rich Schefren's concept. Okay, the next step is the more important aspect, is to look at where your time is going. So you need to answer questions like, how much do you really want to earn in the next 12 months? Okay, assuming it's $1 million. How many days in a week do you work? How many hours in a day do you work? How many productive hours in a day do you work? Now, productive hours is very different from the total hours that you work. Your productive hours may probably be a maximum of 1 or 2 hours a day. Okay, how many productive hours a week do you work? How many weeks in a year do you work? You may be vacationing for maybe 4 to 8 weeks in a year. So put that down together. How many hours are available to you right now to produce a desired income? And then this will actually come down to your rate per hour and your rate per minute. Once you know that you're valuable, that your value is maybe $1 a minute or $2 per minute, you will start looking at your whole business in a totally new way. Okay, so now this is a research that was done. That one study of the Fortune 500 CEOs estimated that 28 productive minutes per day is what they do, and another one estimated 38 productive minutes per day. So the Fortune 500 CEOs, they actually spend 28 to 38 minutes of real productive time. The rest of the time they're just doing other things. Okay, so let's look at what are the aspects of productivity. Okay, what is really productive time? Now, if you look at it, the non-productive time are all of this. Talking to friends, surfing the internet, checking and reading emails, all constantly refreshing your news feed on Facebook, answering phone calls, studying and learning. Okay, studying and learning is important, but it doesn't come under income-producing activities. Okay, it's an important activity. Then you have checking website stats, organizing your desk, cleaning your office. Okay, changing, placing the logo in the right way on your website. All of this is not productive time. Okay. Productive time are these, according to Rich Schefren. He says creating products, marketing products, and managing projects, managing money-making projects, and creating scale. These are the productive time. So the fact that I'm recording this video today is because I did this exercise last night, and I thought, okay, what is the best use of my time? And that's the reason I'm creating this video, and I'm marketing this video across the internet. Now, I have two sides of me. So when it comes to my personal side of blogging, writing blogs and marketing my blogs is my income producing activity. When it comes to my business in Scion, I'm actually creating information products. I'm creating courses. I'm creating trainings and webinars for businesses, which is the actual most important productive time for me. Okay, and marketing that. Now, looking at super productive time, there's one level higher than this, is creating systems to create products, creating systems that market products, creating systems that build scale. Now, when it comes to my business in Scion, this is where I'm spending most of my time. I like to create systems and processes that can keep me out of the day-to-day running of the business, okay? Because there's a huge difference from productive time and super productive time. In productive time, you've got to be there doing stuff. But in super productive time, if you spend that 1-2 hours in creating a system, then over a period of time, you don't have to be in that system. You can actually start creating another system. Okay. So all the top millionaires today, this is where they make the maximum value of their time spent in a day. That's the reason that they make their millions of dollars. Okay. Now, if you're the type, if you're able to evaluate, do a personal audit and check to see how much time you're spending on, whether it's non-productive, productive, or super productive, this one principle will have a huge impact in your bank balance in the next 12 months. Okay. Now, the new age of marketing or making money is this. Creating educational content like what I'm doing right now, blogging and selling through content. For example, blogs I've written 2-3 years ago is still working for me even right now and putting money into my bank. Okay. Number 3 is selling software and tools and digital related stuff, because when you're selling digital goods and digital products, there's no question of shipping, handling, logistics, and so on. So you can actually make much higher margins and commissions. Now, here's some proof. This may blow your mind away. I don't think you would have seen this stat before. You can just look up on Google, top blogs making money and stuff like that. Now, Huffington Post, it does around $30,000 per day. Okay, they are worth around $21.82 million, and they are a blog actually. Mashable does around $15,000 a day. TechCrunch does $14,000 a day. Engadget does around $10,000 a day. Then you have Lifehacker, Perez Hilton. You've got so many other blogs which are making anywhere from $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. You're talking about anywhere from $30,000 even up to $2 to $3 to $4 to $5 million per month. Okay, and most of them, there are 10 ways that you can actually monetize a blog. And in this case, Huffington Post makes most of their money through pay-per-click, advertising banners, membership areas, CPM, affiliate marketing. Like in my case, my blog is through affiliate marketing. So though I don't have huge traffic like this, but still the little traffic that comes are able to go and buy some stuff from my blog. Okay, some tools and other software. Now, I've actually derived something known as a traffic to income formula after analyzing many different blogs. Okay, how much traffic is coming to your site, and based on that, we can be able to estimate what could be your monetization from that. And a disclaimer here that there are many factors that come into play when it comes to how much a blog can monetize. Everything from design to what products they're promoting to how they've actually structured their whole blog. But my thumb rule, I would say, just the average. I'm just putting a ballpark number here. It's called the 0.1% rule. Okay, this is my own formula based on my research. Now, this is the formula. So if you're getting, say, 100,000 hits per month to your blog, and that would be something like 3,000 hits per day. Okay, 3,000 visitors to your blog per day based on the articles and the content that you've written. You have a potential to make around $10,000 per month. Okay, again, you multiply 100,000 hits into 0.1. Okay. Now, again, like I said, this is just an estimate. Now, if you're a blogger, you can test this on yourself. In case you're making this, it's great. In case you're making lesser than this, you need to look at, what can you do to basically bring it up to this level? Maybe you have to pick the right products to promote. In case you're doing more than this, that means you've really optimized your blog in the right way. Okay, and you're probably maximizing the traffic that's coming into your blog, and you have a good mechanism to capture the lead and nurture the lead and get the lead into a sale. Okay, so this is my traffic to income formula. So if you go to websites like similarweb.com or alexa.com, and there are many sites, you can actually go and check how much of traffic is coming to a particular blog. Just add this 0.1% rule if you want to do some spying, and then just check. Trust me, you'll get some fair amount of idea of how much money bloggers are making around the world. Okay. Now, this is why blogging is a serious business today. It's a combination of content plus marketing, content creation plus marketing, all packaged at the same time. There are unlimited niches that you can choose from. Okay. Now, I'm blogging about marketing and social media and affiliate marketing and make money online. But you can blog about anything that you want. Okay, for example, you can maybe blog about spices and sell spices. If you want, you can blog about dogs and start selling dog products and things like any kind of products related to taking care of dogs. And there are so many niches that you can choose from. There are hundreds and thousands of people searching for different things online. Okay, so you can use blogs as a fantastic way to sell content. Number 3 is you're actually creating content that works for you even while you sleep. Okay. Number 4 is you will learn, do, and teach at the same time. Okay. For example, I learned something last night. I actually crystallized all of that in the form of this, maybe a 10-slide PPT, and I'm just recording and sharing this to the world. Now it's doing 3 things. I learned something. I'm teaching this at the same time, and as I'm doing this, it's also getting internalized. I'm also learning and growing as I teach. Okay, so what David Wood, my mentor, says is that blogging is like a golden triangle. You learn, do, and teach at the same time, and before you know it, within the next few months or a few years, you would have transformed into a completely different person because you're actually internalizing all that you've learned. Okay, it's a different form of learning. I'm a big fan of self-learning. Okay. I've never enjoyed, learning in schools and colleges and universities. And of course, I've dropped out of college. But still, I've learned so much by just learning, doing, and teaching at the same time, and through blogging especially. And the next point is that you're actually creating value in the marketplace. Okay, I'm sure that you find this video valuable, the kind of information that I'm sharing, the research that I've done. Okay, it has taken me probably an hour to prepare this. And maybe this whole production of this video is going to be done in maybe 30 to 45 minutes max. And then I'm going to just publish it on YouTube, on my blog, and probably Facebook. Okay, so it's all about creating value in the marketplace. And when you create value in the marketplace, this is what is the income producing activity. Next is you just need a brain, a laptop, and an internet connection. I don't need to do pick up other kind of stuff. For example, I have a microphone. I want to record with higher quality audio. You can always add that. but all you need is a brain, a laptop, and an internet connection to run a business like this. And that's the reason I started this podcast called the Internet Lifestyle Podcast. You can go and check that out, where I'm actually interviewing people who have been successful on the internet and living the laptop lifestyle. Okay, so if you have not checked that out, go to internetlifestyle.info/podcast and tune into some of my new episodes that are coming up. Okay, now back to the example. So if you want to make $1 million, your first step number is at 244. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually created an Excel formula for you. Okay, I've just put in some dummy numbers here. Okay, let's say you want to make $100,000 as an annual goal. Your actual rate per minute is going to be $1.93. Okay, now once you know what is your value per minute, you're going to be valuing your time so much, and you're going to be focusing your time more on the productive activities or the super productive activities. And this will have a direct impact in your bank. Okay, so you can just go to this link, which is bit.ly/magic number-value. Download this Excel, put in your number, because I know an income goal is a very subjective thing. For some people, they may want to just make $10,000 a year. For some people, they want to make $100,000, and some people, they want to make $1 million a year. So depending on where you are, your situation, how much do you really want to make, just feed in those numbers and you'll get your rate per minute. And that's what you need to focus on when it comes to making. And your first goal, that you can see your magic number 2, which is there below that, I've written your first goal. That should be your goal that you stick up in your on your mirror every single day and look at that. Okay, so I would like you to join my blogging mastermind if you're really serious in making blogging into a profession. Like I said, you can even start doing this part-time. For example, I'm running a full-time business right now, and I'm blogging. I started blogging as a hobby, but now it's become a serious business for me. Okay, I'm spending a focused 1.5 hours every single day after my core activities in Scion, which is my main business. Okay, to come back and blog and create videos like this. Okay, now even in Scion, I do the same thing. I create videos, I create systems, I create processes, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing of creating value in the market and doing trainings and workshops and stuff like that. So now on an individual level, if you really want to take things to the next level, I do these weekly webinars with people on an individual level, giving them an idea of how they can start their own blogs and start creating a solid long-term income for themselves and for their families and things like that by being a part of the mastermind. So if you go to internetlifestylealliance.com, you can watch my video where you'll also meet my mentor David Wood. Give your name and email, go to the other side, go and watch the video, check out the system. It's called the Palliative blogging system. It's something like it costs $25 per month. But the best part is that you don't have to set up your blog and do all the tech setup, like buying the hosting and all of that. It's like a plug and play blogging system. They have a Palliative Basic, a Palliative Premium based on what you want, and you can get started. So if you're someone new to this whole content marketing, information marketing space, you can just get started in the next 24 hours. Okay, personally for me, I've spent a lot of time in tech setup and learning SEO and all these, all the other stuff, and I didn't spend much time in creating high value content in my initial days of marketing. And so I became a tech geek, but there was not much money in my bank. Okay, at least through affiliate marketing. Now with the Palliative system, once you go and check it out, you don't have to spend all the time in the tech setup. You can immediately start blogging in the next 24 hours. And we actually strategize on a week-to-week basis, where I'm creating different groups of people and bloggers, helping them identify their niche and helping them identify topics for their blogs, where they can eventually start living this internet lifestyle. It may take time. It may take 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or even a year, but if they're consistent, they can actually start living the internet lifestyle. Okay, so go to check it out in internetlifestylealliance.com. If you found this video useful, just share your comments below and go ahead and get your magic number. Bye-bye.